This isn't just a story. It's about desires that just won't stay buried. It all starts with Max and his lovely, intense girlfriend Evelyn. They were absolutely intoxicated with each other, living under the same roof. Max steals a kiss, then steps out, only to find his wild cousin Travis sprawled out with a couple of girls. Travis, bless his heart, treated Max's place like his personal love shack. Max had to gently nudge him, trying to keep the peace. He knew Evelyn's temper was short when it came to uninvited guests. And right on cue, Evelyn appears, the moment Max was trying to tell Travis to leave. She was a woman who took charge. With a sharp tone, she woke the girls and then gave Travis a severe dressing down, kicking him out. Max felt a tiny pang of guilt for Travis, but Evelyn quickly smoothed his brow, assuring him she only did it because she cared. Max, utterly disarmed by her devotion, let it go. Max slipped away to his job at the horror costume shop. It was the perfect backdrop for their dark, intense relationship. A courier shows up, delivering 2 mysterious boxes. One held a curious genie's idol, promising to grant wishes, a tempting little piece of mischief. Max tucked it away. The second box, however, held samples, a nurse's outfit, a schoolgirl costume. Perfect. He instantly called Evelyn, eager to see her in them. As soon as she arrived, they found themselves utterly consumed, diving into a session of storm and earthquake. Later, in the afterglow, they became intensely serious. They promised they would never leave each other. They wished to be together always. The genie idol, resting nearby, seemed to listen. Its eyes glowed red and smoke began to curl, a silent, fiery affirmation of their deepest, most binding wish. Soon they moved into a fresh new home. Things felt solid, until they went out for ice cream. That's where Olivia slipped into the picture, sweet, charming, and working behind the counter. Max and Olivia shared a casual moment, chatting about their favorite flavor, but Evelyn's possessiveness immediately flared. Her jealousy was a hot thing. A small tense exchange with Olivia, and Evelyn stormed out, demanding Max follow her. Back home, she confessed her fear. She loved him too much, and having recently lost her mother, she was desperate not to lose him too. Max, understanding the depth of her solitude, couldn't push back. The tension grew. One day, Evelyn called Max to come home for a surprise. He found the house completely remade. She had thrown out all the old things, including a highly valuable poster Max cherished, one he could have sold for seed money for his own shop. Evelyn had tossed it aside, replacing it with her taste. Max exploded. Evelyn, wounded by his reaction, locked herself away. Max, thoroughly exhausted by her controlling nature, felt the desire to escape growing stronger than his love. He ran to Travis, seeking a way out of Evelyn's suffocating grip. Travis, the expert in messy exits, suggested a public breakup to provoke a clean, volatile split. Max followed the plan. He called Evelyn, lured her to a spot with the promise of another surprise, and waited. But fate, or perhaps the genie, had a crueler twist in mind. As Evelyn crossed the street, she was hit by a car. Max rushed to her side. With her last breaths, she clung to him, desperately whispering her promise. She didn't want to die. She wanted to be with him forever. Then, she was gone. Max was left shattered, burying his lover and feeling wholly responsible for her death. He retreated into a self-imposed prison of guilt. Weeks crawled by. Travis, ever the pragmatist, came to coax Max back into the world. He urged him to move on. Though Max felt the heavy cloak of guilt, he eventually listened and went to a movie. He felt utterly alone there. Walking back, he heard a voice. It was Olivia. She noticed Max was alone. He managed to tell her they had broken up. Skipping the death part, Olivia admitted she too was recently single. They had unfinished business from the ice cream shop. She invited him back, promising they could finally enjoy that favorite flavor. Back at the shop, surrounded by cool sweetness, they talked for hours. Later, walking near the cemetery, Olivia started a playful chase. They ran past Evelyn's grave, and as they disappeared from view, something dark and determined began to claw its way out of the earth. Evelyn, as a zombie, had risen. Max and Olivia found themselves entangled in a kiss. It was sudden, electric. Olivia hesitated, thinking they were moving too fast, suggesting she leave. Max, tempting her, offered to continue their storm and earthquake, but she demurred and left. Moments later, Max heard his doorbell. Olivia, he thought, back for the passion. But opening the door, he was met with the horrific reality of Evelyn, cold, undead, and standing on his doorstep. He slammed the door shut, convinced he was hallucinating. Opening it again, he saw her, truly a zombie, back to reclaim him. She tried to embrace him, claiming their love was so true it brought her back. Max, terrified but needing time, managed to convince her to go take a bath. The doorbell rang again. This time it was Olivia. She hadn't been able to leave. She told Max she wanted to try that storm and earthquake after all. Max, frantic and trapped, tried to turn her away, saying they were rushing things. Suddenly, Olivia heard noises from inside. Evelyn sounds. Max stammered a lie about thin walls and loud neighbors, somehow managing to push Olivia out the door, away from the danger lurking inside. The next morning was a nightmare. Max woke up to Evelyn, intensely eager for intimacy. Her reanimated desires were a constant disturbing presence. He quickly made an excuse and fled. Calling Travis, pouring out the unbelievable truth. Evelyn was back as a zombie and still thought they were dating. Travis laughed him off, certain Max was drunk. Desperate, Max tried to grab the genie idol for help, but he fell and the idol shattered. He found a book on getting rid of spirits, but before he could act, Evelyn appeared, telling him he must die so they could be together forever. Max stalled, suggesting a celebration first, and took her to a club. At the club, Evelyn danced wildly, consuming a very potent, special drink until she was completely wasted. Max hauled her home. As they stumbled in, Travis walked in. Seeing zombie Evelyn, Travis was utterly horrified, realizing Max had spoken the truth. They both tried to carry her, but she suddenly woke up. Travis was so terrified he peed his pants and bolted. Later, Max was at his shop. Olivia arrived with food, a simple, sweet gesture. As they ate, they drew closer, the romantic tension building. They were about to kiss when Evelyn called. She wanted to talk. She wanted his love. Max, unable to give her the full truth with Olivia there, tried to end the call quickly, but Evelyn demanded his "I love you too." After much insistence, he whispered the words, and Olivia heard them. Hurt and disillusioned, Olivia confronted him. She saw the truth. He was still tied to his ex. Max pleaded that Evelyn was the one who wouldn't leave, but Olivia gave him an ultimatum. Be only hers, or she walks. She left him alone with his impossible problem. Max and Travis met again, plotting the unthinkable. Killing Evelyn again. Travis explained the truth. She wasn't Evelyn, she was a zombie Evelyn. He handed Max a sword and told him to go for the neck. Max went home, spreading the plastic sheet, preparing for the gruesome task. Evelyn found him, thinking he was painting. She started her bizarre, bone-breaking yoga routine. Max, seeing his opportunity, drew the sword, but he couldn't bring himself to do it. He returned to Travis, defeated. Travis took over. They concocted a plan. Max would tell Evelyn he had to work late, take Olivia to the cemetery as a distraction, and Travis would go to the house, retrieve a DVD as an excuse, and finish the deed. That night, Max and Olivia were at the cemetery. Their shared danger and proximity ignited a fierce passion. They were inside the car, fully immersed in their own private storm and earthquake. Meanwhile, at the house, Travis, delayed by his feigned search for the DVD, finally provoked Evelyn's rage. Evelyn attacked. The zombie was stronger. After a brutal fight, Evelyn killed Travis. She consumed him. The next morning, Max rushed home, leaving Olivia behind. He found Evelyn, her face even more hideous, her zombie nature undeniable. Max was horrified. She was supposed to be dead. He feigned ignorance, asking her what she had done last night. She simply replied, "I had dinner." Max searched frantically, finding Travis's remains wrapped in the plastic sheet. Evelyn confessed she had eaten him because he bothered her. Now, she told him, their promises were due. He had to die so they could be together forever. Max, feigning acceptance, agreed. He only asked for one last favor: hot water for a bath. As Evelyn went into the bathroom, Max bolted, rushing to the police station. The police refused to believe his insane story. Back at the house, Evelyn found Olivia's messages on Max's phone. Consumed by a ferocious, undead rage, she went to Olivia's ice cream shop. She burst in, terrifying Olivia, and started to choke her. The police, receiving a report of an attack at the shop, finally took action. Max, knowing where Evelyn was, raced there. He found the shop empty and realized Evelyn had taken Olivia home. He rushed back to his house. Evelyn had tied Olivia to a chair. She was furious that Max had betrayed her for this other girl. Max begged her to stop, reminding her she was dead, urging her to spare Olivia. Evelyn refused, attacking Olivia. Max fought back. They struggled violently, but Evelyn was too strong, tossing Olivia aside, injuring her. As Evelyn tried to kill Max, Olivia managed to smash a pot over her head, but it did nothing. Max then grabbed a piece of glass and drove it into Evelyn's head. She collapsed onto him. They thought it was over, but she rose again, declaring she would kill them both together. Then an impossible sight. Travis, zombified, appeared from behind, plunging the sword into Evelyn, killing her for once and for all. Max was stunned. Travis, now undead, simply said, "I was dead, brother, but now I'm back as a zombie." They took Evelyn's body and buried her. Max apologized to Olivia for hiding the truth about Evelyn's death. She simply kissed him, their shared trauma sealing their bond. The story ends with Max's costume shop moving in with Olivia's ice cream parlor. When Olivia came to collect the rent, Max, seizing the moment, gave her a ring. She accepted with delight, kissing him passionately. Outside, zombie Travis was seen holding a sign, still advertising costumes for Max, his grotesque appearance simply seen as a clever marketing costume by the passers-by. The ultimate promise of undying devotion, both deadly and delicious, was finally fulfilled.